Hey guys, last night I was rolling with Erkan and I used a lot of butterfly guard and I wanted to show how I set up getting a hook in to counter one of his passes and how I used that hook to sweep and defend the pass. You can see here that Erkan does a good job of sliding his knee in and stapling my leg to the ground. He's well on his way to the pass, and I've got to act quickly. So the first thing I want to do is make sure he can't separate my legs any further and lock his legs down to close that space off. And then we're going to work for an underhook and get into a better position. Erkan does a great job here of understanding that instead of trying to scramble past, he's going to secure this halfway point and stabilize and work for better control so that his pass is more likely. This is something a lot of people fail to do. They start to get the pass and then they see the finish line and they just start rushing towards it. I tell people to always try to stabilize at multiple points through a pass. But anyway, what he's done is he's stepped up his left leg here in an effort to really keep my legs separated and brought his head to the other side to really pin me, stopping me getting on my side. This is the right thing to do. Right here, he's keeping his arm tucked in because he understands that he wasn't able to get the underhook right away. So we're going to fight for the underhook here. This is really going to be the crux of the battle. Now, if my legs were still apart, he could try to pass without the underhook and control my leg and stop me from turning into him. So what I've done is I've crossed my feet. And if you notice, I've crossed with my right leg over the top of my left, not the other way around, because this ensures a tighter lock, harder for him to use his legs to break open my legs. And the next little bit, we're just going to be fighting for that underhook battle. You can see here, Erkan was doing a really good job of controlling my wrists, stopping me getting the underhook, also making me concerned about maybe him switching to a Kimura hold. So I'm keeping my elbow pretty tight to my body. He does make this mistake of looking back and trying to address my foot lock, my feet being locked, and reaching back to unlock. This is something that's really crucial. I tell people is when you're stuck, sometimes you've got to frustrate the person enough that they're going to maybe open up space to try to deal with whatever is frustrating them instead of just kind of going crazy and you making the mistakes. I'm locking him down enough that he's not having the space that he wants. He hasn't got a really good control because he hasn't got that underhook. Opening my legs is the right thing to do, but when he reaches back with the arm, what it does is it gives me space to get my underhook. Again, one thing that I want you guys to concentrate on is as soon as I start messing with his structures and messing with his ability to have the position he wants, he's going to continue to adjust. And it's in those adjustments where I can further my progress. So you have to have that patience to recognize that. So with the underhook, I don't have a good underhook. It's not a deep underhook, so I'm not able to get on my side. But he understands I do have the underhook, so he's going to start to drive his weight more across me to kind of kill that underhook. So he's bringing his head further across my body. Now, in order to do that, he can't really keep his leg up like he had it before, which is actually how he wants to have his leg to, in order to free it from from my half guard. So what he's doing is he's having to step his leg back and keep it a little bit more straight in order to get the angle to bring his head further across my body. Now, if he had kept his leg up, though, I would have probably had more of a chance of getting on my side. He was a little worried about that, so it's kind of that catch-22. But him stepping this leg straight back is, on one hand, a danger to me because his leg is a little straighter. He might be able to start to slide it through, but it's bringing his leg lower and further away from my body, which is starting to set me up to the ability to get my butterfly hook in. So there's a lot that happens right here. There has to be a fine point for me to get my butterfly hook at a halfway point. If his leg is too straight back, I might have the angle to get my foot in, but because his leg is so straight, it's going to be easy for him to slide off my hook. Conversely, if it's too far forward and too tight to my body, it's bent, which means I can get my hook in easily, but it's too close and it's often very awkward for me to get to swivel my leg in. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to make the bend. So I'm going to actually step on his leg and bring it down. I'm going to try to pin it to the ground. My initial thought was pin it to the ground and then hip out a little bit, shoot the butterfly hook in. But he does a good job of actually stepping his leg up. So this is what I'm talking about. He's walked his foot up, brought his knee up. This is ideal for me to get my butterfly hook in, but he's very close and very jammed. It's also going to be easy for him to push my knee down. So what I can't stretch his leg away. It's too close to me, and I don't want to take the chance of trying to swing my leg out and get the butterfly hook in. So I actually use my other leg, and I hook down by the ankle, and I'm going to stretch his leg out, getting it back away from my body so I have enough room to shoot the top butterfly hook in. Lastly, I want you guys to really focus on it. Whatever the sweep game you develop, building a pass into it. Make those one cohesive thing, not two separate games. Too often I see people do a sweep and then they stop and then try to figure out what to pass. You want to make sure that the passes you build into your sweeps are cohesive with the sweep. So if you have a tight sweep like this, I'm going to have a tight pass. In this case, I'm doing what I call a leg fold pass, but I'll often do a knee cut, something tight. I wouldn't back out and then start trying to toreando. That would not mesh with the kind of sweep game I'm playing. So try to make your jiu-jitsu a cohesive game. I don't have to pass immediately all the way through, but I'm going to get to a strong position of control. So with the underhook and the legs folded, he's very weak and very incapable of stopping my progress with any sort of power.